That's the way we became the Brady Bunch.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Did I get the...
Five, 4, 3, 2.
I know you see by the secrets it hides, and most of all, by each other. I was born in space. I've never felt the sun on my face.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. Hanging out down the street, the same old thing we did last week. Not a thing to do.
This is SHS News.
Well, you guys are all packed in back there, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is this a special event? Okay.
Everyone's all excited about it.
Just a small town girl.
We need more than that.
Go ahead.
How are you enjoying Sydney?
I love it. Because I get to do stuff like this all the time. It's so cool. I was telling everybody, like, I'm going to go do carpool karaoke with the kids. It's like, how fun can this be?
Did you do that at your last school?
No, I never get to do any fun stuff like this. I mean, they were great kids, but the kids here are just incredible.
Glad to hear it.
Had such a great time.
What's your favorite part about Sydney?
Well, honestly, it's the way the kids have the way the kids have treated me and accepted me and both me and my wife as well. I mean, it's just been so cool. You know, going over, like a couple days ago, I went over to Emerson Elementary, and the 4th graders were just having a great time, hanging out with them at lunch, and they were all excited that Ranger Bob came over to see them, and all of them were saying, as I was starting to leave, they were all yelling, "Adios, muchachos," and, you know, stuff like that. I mean, it was just so cool. Such a great time. Going into the middle school, I'm always treated like a celebrity in there. Everyone wants a picture with me. I don't know why.
Go to a lot of sporting events. What is your favorite sporting event to go to?
Well, that's a good question. Probably, it's close so far. It's probably between football and basketball. I was a football official, and I just recently retired from being a football official, but I love high school basketball. But I'm a huge baseball fan too. Problem is, this is when we play baseball, when high school kids play baseball in the spring, it's so dang cold.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't do cold. I don't do cold very well at all. But probably those two. We'll do this one.
This is just fantasy. Caught in a landslide. No escape from reality. Open your eyes. Look up to the skies and see. I'm just a boy, because I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low, little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, Mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me, for me, for me. So you think you can stop?
Great. How did you come up with your lunch special?
Oh, the chicken potato bowl?
Yeah.
So actually, we did it back in my previous district, and when I came over, it was just a menu item. So how it happened over there was they were actually doing it. The food service director had come up with doing the chicken potato bowl, and I happened to be up in the high school cafeteria the first time that they did it, and they only had one person serving and one person on the register, and the line was so far backed up and it was moving so slow because, as you can tell, there's lots of ingredients to it, so you have to kind of put it together. And I was like, this is taking forever. And so I just grabbed an apron and jumped in and started helping. So then it kind of became just kind of a normal thing whenever they had it, that they invited me to come up and serve. But I told them, I said, but you have to make extra mashed potatoes because I like to really dip big, huge portions of mashed potatoes for the kids because, of course, they like that. Because they were just, the one cafeteria lady was just giving them a little bit of scoop of mashed potatoes. I was like, that's crazy. Let's give them some food. And so just started doing that. So when I got over here, I said to the head cook at high school and to Mr. McLean, the food service guy, I said, do you guys do a chicken potato bowl? And they said, no, what's that? And I said, well, we need to get this going. So finally they got it going, and that's how it happened. And it's like the most popular lunch at the high school now, I've been told.
Oh, yeah.
This is my favorite one.
Is it?
Yeah.
So, and I just love going over and then interacting with the kids again. I love to hassle the kids who don't get the whole thing. So, like yesterday, I kept calling it everybody who came in and didn't want corn. I go, oh, you just want a fake bowl. And I'd yell down, fake bowl. And then someone would go, well, I want a real one. I go, there you go.
As this year is coming to an end, do you have any advice for the seniors that are graduating?
Well, the biggest advice I have for them is to not give up and to really kind of focus on what they want to try to do and realize that the world we kind of live in now, it's kind of an instant gratification kind of thing, and that it's hard, like sometimes, like my youngest son, he keeps wanting to he kind of thinks that he should have everything that my wife and I have. And I said, but it took us 30 years to get that. So you got to realize that you have to work for what it is that you want, but to not give up just because you don't have it all the first day that, you know, you graduate high school, but realize that you've got to continue to keep working through that. Just perseverance. And for God's sakes, please don't be swayed by all of the media. Form your own opinions about things, especially politically. Don't just listen. Don't watch one station. Sample. You know, listen to different things. Make sure you get a full picture of what's going on out there.
Speaking of college, what college did you go to?
My undergrad, I went to Miami University.
Really?
Really?
That's where I'm probably gonna go.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm so excited.
It's a great school. I mean, it really is. And I did my my graduate work. I did my master's degree at University of Cincinnati and some additional work at Xavier University. So I kind of hit the Cincinnati area schools. But Miami was great. I missed Miami a lot. Had such a great time there.
What's your favorite college experience?
Oh boy. Probably the football games. Going to football games at Miami, and again just hanging out with the kids. I was also in the marching band because I was a music major, and so you know, we had some great times there. Going to Michigan State game, we played there, and we played at Purdue. So that was those are some good times there.
What instrument did you play?
Trumpet was my main instrument.
Nice. Do you want to hear another song?
Sure. Let's do we get to pick, or do we have to just the next one?
What song do you want to hear?
So let's do "Living on a Prayer."
Okay.
Olivia, you like that one?
Yeah.
Sing that really well back in the day.
Did you do choir back in the day?
No, just used to sing a lot. All right, well, good deal. Well, thanks for inviting me. I had so much fun.
Thanks for coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's about to go tough in here.
Yeah. How much money you got? How much money you got?
Wow, I never knew our superintendent was such a good singer.
Talking about singing, here's an announcement about this year's musical.
And though I'm not a great romancer, I know that you're bound to answer when I propose. Anything When Grandmama
have some pretty great students here at Sydney. Here's this week's Student Spotlight.
What are your plans for after high school?
I plan to go to the University of Findlay and to major in pre-vet to become a veterinarian.
What is FFA?
FFA is a national organization that focuses on leadership and agriculture, and we also compete in livestock judging, soil judging, job interviews, which are just competitions we compete in for the FFA.
Can you tell us about what you do for FFA?
I am the FFA vice president, so I help the president when we have meetings. I also help as a chapter get events and FFA week planned out, so I help out with planning things and activities for us to do.
What's the best thing about SHS?
SHS offers a lot of activities and things for students to get involved in. So the sporting events, we've done good basketball, so it's fun to go watch the boys play.
Do you have any advice for incoming freshmen interested in FFA?
Yeah, don't be afraid to get involved. Make yourself involved. It makes activities a lot more fun and interesting to do.
Wow, that's going to be a tough one to follow, but here's Miss Olding with this week's Spotlight Teacher.
My favorite thing about teaching is probably when a student who wasn't able to get something finally gets it, or comes back after being gone for a while. Not that they're not at school and absent, but after a couple of years they've graduated, when they come back and they say that something we did in class really mattered. My favorite thing about Sydney High School, hands down, is the kids. I love the kids here. I think they're a lot of fun. I think they're pretty passionate about being young and about the jacket pack. I wish they were that passionate about English, but I get it, it's fine. But the kids are for sure my favorite. I became a teacher in part because I couldn't imagine myself doing anything else. I loved English in high school. I knew I wanted to work with teenagers. I didn't think I would work with teenagers for as long as I have. This is my 24th year teaching. And I still feel like I've got good stuff going on. So I would have to say, and there's no pressure here at all, it would have to be Elaine Weisinger, because she's standing right here.
Hey Emma, are you any good at baseball?
No, I strike out every time.
Well, maybe this announcement isn't for you, but this announcement is for anyone interested in IU's baseball.
Music, let's get out on the floor.
IU's softball callouts will be held at 2329 Wapakoneta Avenue, and these callouts will be on March 2nd, the 9th, and the 30th, and they'll be held from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Additional dates for the IU sign-ups are Sunday, March 24th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
First time IU's players will need their birth certificate.
Staying on the topic of sports, here are some SHS sports results coming your way.
The Sydney boys basketball team defeated Carroll this weekend at Butler 48-35. We are now 19-4 and 12-3 in the conference, and we have to play Springboro this Thursday at Butler. Be there. Sydney bowling team defeated Greenville 2,280 to 1,871. The boys' record is now 13-5.
The boys bowling team placed 4th in sectionals and will be heading to districts. Jackson Ricky bowled a 623 series and is in 11th place.
The girls bowling team lost to Greenville 1,717 to 1,631. Their season is now over. They finished the season being 4-14. The girls bowling team bowled in sectionals today. Top 9 teams go to districts. Their season is officially over. Cameron Smith lost by 7 pins.
As many of you know, I'm Mrs. Walker. I'm one of the prom advisors, and we just have been introduced to a great new opportunity for you guys that, maybe your parents can't really afford to get you a prom dress, or maybe get your nails done or your hair and makeup. These are things that a lot of our kids get to have done for them that is very pricey. And I've always wished that our kids that can't really afford that could also have that happen for them. So we found this, and it's called Operation Prom Dress, and it's out of Centerville, Ohio. And it is through the Epiphany Dayton Church. Now, it's actually on Saturday, March 16th, which I know is not our prom date, but just listen to everything you get if you go that day. You get to pick out a dress and shoes and accessories for free. You get professional hair and makeup that day. A mini photo shoot in your dress when you're all like have your makeup done and everything. They have door prize opportunities, goodie bags, and you get a group lunch. So I just think that's an awesome day that maybe you could figure out, what kind of makeup you want to wear with your prom dress and everything. And you're just going to be like kind of pampered for that day. So once you have your prom dress and everything, all of that's free. So you can just save that for the big day, and then maybe one of your friends can try to do your makeup like they did it that day.
I've seen some really weird stuff on the news lately.
You know what? Me too. Here's this week's segment on Weird News.
A strange illness called chronic wasting disease, or zombie deer disease, is on the move. Officials in several U.S. states are issuing warnings. Currently, the disease is found in animals like deer, elk, and moose. It can take up to 2 years before signs of chronic wasting disease become visible. At some point, though, the illness will cause an infected deer to lose weight, stop interacting with other deer, and lose its fear of humans. The animal winds up staring vacantly as it starves to death. This is why the illness is also known as zombie deer disease. The condition is fatal. As far as we know, no human has ever been infected with chronic wasting disease. Researchers are concerned, though.
And now here's Jacob with some cool pictures he's taken around our school.
Man, let's lock it low. Yeah. Just blaze. Yeah. No, turn me up. Hey. I think we got one. Yeah. Here we go. Tell me, what do you see when you're looking at me? Whoa, whoa, whoa. On a mission to feed what I'm destined to be. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I've been through the pain and the sorrow, the struggle is nothing but love. Nothing but love. I'm a soldier, a rider, a ghetto survivor, and all the above. All the above. All the above. All the above.
If you're interested in reading a good book, here's Miss Johnson with her best picks from the library.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Johnson. I'm the librarian here at Sydney High School. The first one is called Dear Martin, and it's by Nick Stone. Just came out in October. And if you liked this book by Angie Thomas called The Hate You Give, some of the students who had Mrs. Oakling have read it, or if you've seen the movie, it was a phenomenal movie, you will probably like this book. It's basically about racial profiling in our country and the social injustices that we see from that. Good book. I highly recommend it.
In this week's announcements, we have a special skit for you.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Ava Money.
And I'm Emma Wyford.
Have a great weekend, Sydney High.
Take a look, and you can tell that I'm destined for greatness. Tell me, what do you see when you look?
All right, boys. We had a great quarter. We made great sales. Just make sure you guys get your quarterly report, print it off, and give it to me by the end of the day, or you guys are fired. All right? Okay.
Bro, what's wrong, bro?
I'm about to get fired, dude.
Why?
The printer ain't working. I'm literally pressing print.
I'm putting it in mine, so I'm gonna go check it out. y'all freaking out about?
Bro, the printer is not alright, bro. I know we're about to
Bro, I ain't gonna real work together. There's no delay. I'll try the other one.
You're right.
Man, y'all tripping. I'm done. I'll go check it out. Y'all just being stupid.
see for yourself.
Bro, guys, it's not working, bro. Guys, we got a problem. We're all about to get fired.
We're all done. We're literally all done. Can't do anything about it.
I don't understand. I bet
Bro, Damien has to know.
Damien!
I got this, guys. Don't worry
this?
about it.
Oh, yeah, I think you know.
You're good. Go ahead.
Wait, which one are you printing on?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
Bro, it's not working?
These things are literally old. The power link's not even on. Man. I'm not getting it. You're fired. I didn't even know how to fix it, but I don't know what we're supposed to do.
It's over. We're done.
Alright, boys. Let me see the reports.
We'll see, like, the printer kind of isn't really working.
Whoa! But, like, you guys not have it?
It's the printer.
Yeah, like, we can't,
like we got it. No,
so you guys don't have it? No, we do not have it.
Because, like, the printer's
not
not
Alright,
working.
you guys are fired!
Can't believe this.
It's over. It's all over.
How am I gonna pay my rent?
Y'all hear that?
Actually, did.
But the printer. Square up, then. What's this printer talking about, bro?
Yeah,
I ain't placed that, bro.
Got what's coming for you.
It's over.
Talking about square up.
Fire us?
Fire us?
What?
Fire the printers. Set them on fire.
Hey, where are all the printers?